You. Fuck. Balls. All right. I think I got my voice in order, and we will just wait for a couple people to show up as I get my stuff ready to go. All right. How is everybody doing this? Watching after it's went live, as there's nobody in the chat right now. I hope everyone's doing well. Hello, someone's fucking here. All right. Hello. We're just going to wait for a little bit, whoever you are. I'm sure a couple more people will file in. And if not, no big deal. Oh, hi. That's you. Of course, you're the first one. Wouldn't have it any other way. How are you today? There were some people who were mildly interested. So, hello, Dan. Oh, you guys are so great. You make me feel so loved. 2 people in immediately. And I did charge my other phone. Hi. I charged up my other phone here so I could pull up Windfinder and kind of go over a couple things. But yeah, I got the other van like 2/3 of the way charged up, so this will be good. I'll be able to kind of chat for a bit. And you need to do what, Dan? Dan the man. Oh my gosh, I don't have any freaking spots saved on here. What? Oh, it's because I don't have. You can't get any interwebs if you don't have your interwebs on. But yeah, boy, oh boy. Hello, 4 people. How are we? I'm just getting everything situated, as I should have done that before. Got a hair in my mouth. If anybody has any weird questions about the swell that's coming in, what's up, dude? I'm good, thank you for asking. Have you guys been paying any attention to the swell on Huron? I'm gonna kind of go with Lake Michigan here, but Jarrett's, if you guys would like to know anything about your area, I have been checking it out as well. Man, turn your other phone on once every week, and the amount of notifications sounds like your phone is a sex toy. It's crazy. All right, I like 4 people in here, so I'll just start. Most of the people who are going to watch this afterwards, you're going to watch it, well, afterwards. Smart-ass talking idiot. So yeah, tomorrow, we just had another update let me see, 30 fucking minutes ago. So, I don't know if you guys use Windfinder. It's an app, but you can also just get on your laptop and go to the website. It's Windfinder. If you want to do that, go do that now. If you have any other app that you use for the lake, including the NOAA app, if you Google NOAA, N-O-A-A, and Wave Watch 3, you can see what I'm talking about. Anyways, there is a ridiculous swell coming. I think that I'll add the picture that I took of the screenshot I took. I'll just make that the thumbnail of this live so you can kind of figure it out. However, huge swell northwest. I was just at Pier Marquette today, which is where I think I'm going to go tomorrow. What's up, Ben? Oh, hi, Ben. How are you, bud? I'm good. Thank you for asking. My joint went out. Anyways, I think I'm going to Pier Marquette tomorrow. I just pulled it up. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Windy and iWindsurfer are 2 more apps that people use. So I just left Pier Marquette maybe an hour ago, and the water is still moving significantly out of the south, but the wind is blowing west now, which is awesome for anybody trying to surf later today before it gets dark, or tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be massive. I guess I'll try to show you this. When I use Windfinder and I look at Muskegon, there are two little things. There are two pinpoints for Muskegon. One is the Coast Guard, so that's going to be more the north side of the pier. Oh, that's so brutal. Anyways, there are, starting at 10 o'clock in the morning, it's 4 feet at 9 seconds, which is insane for the middle of the eastern side of Lake Michigan. And then after 1, it's 10-second periods. The Coast Guard doesn't have any 11-second periods. However, like I said, there were two pinpoints for Muskegon. If you do if you do Muskegon, where it says Lake Michigan, not Muskegon, the Coast Guard, and this is all Windfinder, by the way, that is like the Pier Marquette beach reading, which for a wind coming out of the north is key. And of course, like right now, this thing is being so dumb and taking so long that whatever, we'll just talk about it some more. But the earlier when I looked, after 4 up here, Pier Marquette, Muskegon, there's 11-second periods. And last year around this time, I should have had the link handy. I don't even know if I could put it in the comments. If I did, I made a video about a year ago. If you really want to see it, just click on the videos tab on my channel and scroll down until you see head high surf on Lake Michigan. It's literally like a year ago, so just go to the timestamp thing. But last year I think it topped out at 5.3 feet at 9 seconds. So if this is any better than that, there were a couple stand-up barrels on the second sandbar. I just went and filmed like a little intro because I wanted to show you guys. This was Tori's idea anyways, like weeks ago. But I wanted to show you guys like what it looked like and what it was doing and what it will be doing, and kind of see like be able to juxtapose a couple of different clips really close together, seeing this. It was also cool because bird queef is like so so calm. I can't get that other Muskegon location to pull up on here. Anyways, so yeah, there were stand-up twos probably for maybe an hour on that session last year, and there were a lot of guys out. I'm talking for Muskegon, there were probably 10 guys out, and it was insane. It was I don't know if I had these new boards or not, but it was there's been a day in St. Joe, and then this day that was here last year, and I think the day in St. Joe was not maybe a year and a half ago or something, because I think it was in the late spring. Anyways, when I say barrels, legitimate, maybe you're not getting in, but they're big enough to fit your whole self, like an ocean type of a wave, not a barrel that breaks like at the top third of the wave like our lake waves normally do. But man, I tell you what, I went to the lake and I was looking at the water, and the sandbar in Muskegon, it looks like the first and second sandbar, and I don't know why this is, unless they have that big beach plow, so sometimes they plow sand in the water, but it looked like a big shoal. So if that's the case, all of this water is just going to unload on like the third and fourth sandbar in Muskegon. If I look at the camera, yeah, the Windfinder app on the computer, I think maybe you just get a bigger view, so you're able to see a lot more, but I don't know if it's got to be a little bit different with maybe some more pings. Oh, maybe I can do this now. Oh, like this is my life, people. Anytime I try to do something, it's just a thing. But yeah, so if I get up and I look at the cameras, unfortunately that Muskegon cam, yeah, and a lot of that you got to zoom, and like, so Dan, if you're on the Windfinder app right now, and if you guys haven't liked this, like it, please, because it gets more people to come. And if you aren't subscribed and you're here, but I don't think any of you are, unsubscribed. Anyways, if I get up and look at the cameras tomorrow and it's weird in any sort of way, anyway, I'm going to default to Uncle Billy Bay, which is South Haven. However, I don't think so. That the forecast for South Haven looks like it says 8 feet at 11 seconds, which I just think is a little bit blown out. You really have to look at when you're on a lake, because I think on the ocean, oh my gosh, South Haven now says at 1 o'clock, sorry, at 4 o'clock, 10 feet at 12 seconds. The problem is the wind is 33 miles an hour. And in Muskegon, it's 25. Also, having 6 feet at 10 seconds or like 9 feet at 11 seconds, if you the difference between the wave height and the swell period for the ocean or the lake, if the swell period is massively different than the wave height, you are really starting to get into some fun waves. But if you look at that, hey, thanks for liking it, everybody. I appreciate that. If like, let's say a 5-foot wave, we've had 5-foot waves at 5 seconds a lot. Most of the guys on the lake will only go once it gets to 6 feet at 6 seconds. So last year it was about, let's say 5 feet at 9 seconds, and it was easily head high. The big sets were way bigger. This wind looks less west. It stays north until 7 in the morning. And the swell period, even a lot of times once you get down to like St. Joe, when it gets big like this, it'll be like 10 feet at 10 seconds or something like that. And then you pretty much know it's just going to be a mess. But man, I tell you what, like Holland south side might have a really good wave tomorrow. I don't think Grand Haven will, just because I don't think Grand Haven takes that size well. And then if you look at Grand Haven, if you just pull up the Grand Haven cam and the YouTube cam for South Haven or whatever, and you just look at how much space is between the top of the pier and the bottom of the pier, if you just draw like a triangle, to where the, like, if two lines diagonally meeting from the edge of the beach pier and the lighthouse, the difference is just a massive amount of water between those two. Whereas South Haven, or even the elbow on the south side of Holland, it just cuts the distance of water like in thirds or even less. So a lot of that stuff will get dissipated on the outside. And when the big sets come in, you get that full push as close to the beach as possible. The only wild card that I'm feeling, or I'm seeing right now, what the fuck? People want to talk to me. Why aren't they in the live, bro? Come on. The only wild card for this, oh my good lord, is the sandbar at Uncle Billy Bay or South Haven. Because man, if it's really 10 feet at 11 seconds blasting on that sand, 3 feet on that sandbar, still a solid 3 feet at 6 or 7 seconds, which for the lake is pretty good. 8 feet at 10 or 11 seconds on that sandbar, it could just be fantastic. To play devil's advocate on myself, Tuesday there's a cleanup. Let's see. And when I say cleanup, this is the cleanest of the ups, if you will. So by 10 a.m. on Tuesday, the wind has gone west, but for at Uncle Billy Bay, that's not that big of a deal. And by 10 a.m. on Tuesday, it's still 3 feet, 3.9 at 7 seconds. The wind is 9 miles an hour then, so I'm guessing by 7 a.m. it could change significantly. However, let's this is what I was really thinking, and I don't know what it looks like now, but Whiting, Indiana has 7-second periods until 5 o'clock at night. So somewhere between South Haven and Whiting, Indiana, we'll have like insanely good waves on Tuesday. There's a couple spots down that way. I know Mount Baldy is. It really is. What's up, dude? It really is a special spot, but there's a couple spots in Indiana where they mined a ton of sand, like back in the day, and it's basically like a clay bottom now. So I don't necessarily like going to those spots, but I mean Mount Baldy it goes off pretty hard on days like this. There's also a place called Portage River Walk, and it's one of the most disgusting places to surf just because where you are. If you've never been, go and you'll see what I'm talking about. But getting out there is rough, but once you're out, there are always bombs. Man, Tuesday at midnight, Indiana will have 12-second periods. I don't think I've ever been anything near that. Don't forget about Weco Beach either, people. On Monday, that'll be so blown out. Wow. Man. Dude, Wu-Tang Beach might be the call. Mark my words. Mark my undies. I might be going to Wu-Tang Beach on Tuesday. I don't know, but this is crazy. Oi, oi! The Cockney Buddha. Man, I tell you what. The Cockney Buddha is... You're just a special dude. He's a good guy. I'm glad to know him. If you guys want to better yourselves, click on his link and go to his channel. He's got some awesome ideas. Man. So yeah, Wu-Tang Beach, not for Monday. 11 feet at 12 seconds and then 12 feet at 11 seconds. Holy macaroni. It's going to be a great day for surfing around here, that's for sure. And I hope everybody can get some. Like I said, yeah. Exclamation points for sure. If I had I gotta get on that podcast, bro. God damn it. I'm gonna do that before I leave today. So yeah, dude, I'm telling you, it's gonna be epic. And I feel like I wish this happened a few months ago, because then I could have really like parlayed it into trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. But I'm just so glad that this is coming in. And if I had more people who are like willing to hit the road, there's some spots on Huron that might be better, like around the thumb, because they have a really similar wind. It might be less west, which is offshore for them, really. Well, literally, it's offshore for them. But there's a couple places in southern Lake Huron and kind of like around the thumb. I think this place called Caseville might be just insane. I am going to be going abroad, but I'm definitely not going to be going to Canada. However, I tell you what, Canada seems to get, at least on Huron and the northeast part of Superior, they get some pretty weird stuff. I'm curious to see. And I bet there's not a lot of people there, you know? Like, I bet there's, it's just like, kind of like empty. Yeah, just like empty whatever. What province is over there anyways? Is that, Alberta? Who knows? Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to do. We got to hit up the Lake Erie vibe for my guy Dan Cov. So it's definitely not going to be an Edgewater day, but holy smokes, dude, they got... Oh, wow. I bet that pier, what do they call that? Presque Isle. And their spot over there, that Presque Isle, I bet would be much better. It's more lake wavy, like 7 feet at 7, 6 feet at 7 seconds. But for Lake Erie, that's insane. Wu-Tang Beach is Wico Beach. It's like an hour south of South Haven. It's the place with that big water tower. Ontario. What did I say? Alberta. You've never surfed on Lake Huron? What the hell? Dude, we gotta get there. Yeah, dude. Yeah, check it out. Look on Google Earth, Ben. And you'll see, man, that's crazy, dude. That's crazy. We gotta surf in Caseville, because I've never surfed in Caseville. And, on swells like this, and with the amount of west in the spring, I bet we could get some good ones. Also, I wanted to. There's this place called Penis Point somewhere near. What's that fucking town called? Alpena. Maybe that's why it's called Penis Point. I just thought of that. It took me until I was a freshman in college to realize my first initial and last name spelt chill. So I'm not the brightest crayon in the fucking thing. But yeah, I actually scored Bay City once. If you can fucking believe that. Like the first year I was surfing, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I'm gonna go in there because the waves have got to go in there, but they definitely don't. I caught some waves, but they don't go in there. But yeah, dude, we gotta get the Jarretts over to Huron. The Jarretts, the Jarretts are like Van Life Wanda, except they have a house. So they're like real van lifers with a real van life van with all the fixins. They actually just put out a sick 3 vlog series in New Jersey, and it was cool because yeah, at Pier Marquette. That was 2 years ago, I think. Maybe. I don't know. But they just put out this 3 vlog series in New Jersey, and like the first or second one was mostly surf, but it was cool to see from their perspective, because when you watch like Ben Gravy or the Numbskulls or whatever, you're obviously getting like the perspective of the people who are going to get barreled, and I'm not that person, so it was really cool to see that. But man, I tell you what, dude, there's this little cove that me and Ben and Ben, there's another dude that Ben and Nate, they're the Shred Bros, but that spot is similar to Wu-Tang Beach. It's like a little yeah, I mean, I don't think I would have done much better. Like, it's just so different. It's not the same, dude. And those weren't even 3-foot barreling waves. Those were like, yeah. Anyways, yeah. So like, Ben and Nate came with me to that little cove, but Wu-Tang Beach is similar to that. So it's like a bay within a bay. The only difference is Wu-Tang Beach is so much farther south that a north wind starts to become like dead on shore. That's another reason why anywhere past New Buffalo tomorrow, even, and I hate to say it because it could be good and people could be trying to go there. Yeah. Yep. I don't think St. Joe's going to be good either, just because of the amount of northwests that we've had this year, that it's been just shit. Yeah, but I could be wrong. This is all information coming from a guy who thinks he knows more than he does. But I have earned all of the knowledge that I have. So like, whereas you should probably do your own research, you don't have to take what I say with a grain of salt, because I'm not trying to fuck you. Well, except for Tori. I mean Wanda. But anyways, Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, Dan, you should check it out. It's pretty cool. And you'll see a lot of they went to a lot of the Ben Gravy spots, but just the way that they filmed it, cuz it would be filmed in a way that we would film it, you know? Because I've never even been in the ocean, let alone been in an ocean wave. So it was just really telling the angles that they shot from. It's just because, you know, the guys that go out there, the pro surfers, uh, you know, it's the same. Like, honestly, even Joe, when you watch Joe's video, you can tell that Joe's in like the same waves as those guys, but it's just more, you know, kind of like how the same shit, the footage that I get with on the lake waves, it's literally just like go out, very little perspective shots, and that's my own fucking fault. But the way that the way that Kevin and Mandy shot their video is really cool, and it helped me. It actually taught me a lot about like what the water does on the inside and how you have to paddle out. Because I think the big day, or maybe it was the second day, you could see that it was only there was a big ass wave and it wasn't far offshore. I guess it would be the second sandbar or something similar. It looked like it was about 100 yards offshore. And sometimes we have to paddle, like in Holland, sometimes you got to go to the end of the fucking pier. And that's like 300 yards long. And paddling out that far on short period lake waves is hard, but I'm guessing that when you have like a 7 foot, just like clean, nothing's in its way, and the wind is offshore wave and it's just breaking like top to bottom, you're going to want to get out of the way of it for sure. But yeah, it's really interesting to see. Plus, they go other places too. The Jarretts do. They're more of a travel channel who also surfs. Van Life Travel, Michigan. But not just Michigan, actually. Lately, that's been not as much Michigan. But they are cool people. They're the folks, if anybody wants to know, these are the folks that brought me that dog after Bear died. I think about that daily. It's like every day, every freaking day, I'm like, man, I'm glad that I didn't, but like if I had said yes, it would have been all right. It would have been all right. Cause shit, dude, that took all of my adulting power. Yeah, I am. I am. But yeah, like I said, if you want to know if I'm maturing, the answer is I don't have a dog right now. I don't have a Rottweiler Great Pyrenees mix from the Detroit area. But yeah, you guys should check out the forecast if you're anywhere near the Great Lakes area. Sorry, I'm fucking with the thing. And does anybody want to know anything? I know there's only 8 of you, and if I'm asking you this and you're watching in the future, just leave a comment. You know? And also you should like it. And also subscribe. Yeah, Arlo. Arlo. I'm going to go see Arlo in a little bit, as a matter of fact. I'm going to try to fire up the old Ford. I need to stay up on starting it because thank you very much. We have more likes than viewers. I like that shit. I guess it means somebody left, but they liked it before they left. But yeah, anyways, I got to get this thing fired up, and then I'm gonna head down south. My mom needed me to help her doing a couple things, so that's what we're gonna do. Long period on Lake Michigan. Anything over 6 seconds, I would like, to be perfectly honest. I would like, yeah, when it, like I said before, like in the early days of me surfing, this is why I got so much shit in the very beginning. On top of the fact that I was terrible at surfing. I'm not great, but I'm better than I was. My editing is worlds better. But I would go out in fucking anything. Anything that would catch that 9-1 modern, I would go out in it. No shirt, very short shorts, and I was out there. I was out there. And I'm talking tiniest little wind chop. So I would say anything over 7 seconds. I think lingers. What kind of weather is coming with the swell? It looks like, again, and I looked everywhere from like Pyramid Point, like up in close to the bridge, close to Traverse City. It was blowing in the 30-ish miles an hour there. Nothing was over 30 miles an hour. Or nothing was over like 33-ish. But 30s all the way till like Whitehall, Muskegon. And then from here basically down to the bottom of the lake is going to be around 30, between 25 and 35 miles an hour. Obviously there'll probably be lake effect snow. But like I saw later in the day tomorrow, it's partly sunny. So like the Shred Bros, Ben and Nate, they got school. They come out after school and they might actually get better waves because I know what's gonna happen, especially if it's good. I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna pick my spot, which most likely is gonna be Barrelton, and I'm going to blow my load so early. It is probably gonna be before 2 o'clock, is what I'm guessing. But maybe I'll hold on to it. Who knows? But anybody going out later might probably get better waves depending on where they go, but definitely better weather. Yeah. Lingers, Erie. Oh yeah, 7 seconds on Lake Erie. That's only because it's so fucking shallow, and there's like through the whole fetch of it, it just never really gets deeper. So a lot of the water dissipates on the shore and close to shore and stuff. I tell you what, Dan, though, like it was good for me to learn on that 9-1, but now on these smaller waves, and I'm talking, it's got to be clean for me to ride my shorter board, which is a 7 anyway. But it's a big guy short board because it's got a ton of rocker, a really pulled in nose and tail. But man, that 9-1 for the Shred Ferry. Yeah, I think Indiana definitely does get lake effect. And I think some parts of Indiana get it, like around Mount Baldy. They get it kind of bad because they get thermals. We get it really bad up here because of the sand dunes. And so like the thermals, the lake to air temperature, it's just a huge, it's like a perfect storm in the winter. In the summer, it almost helps. It helps and hurts us because what these sand dunes do then is the updrafts push the storms higher up. So they like kind of like bounce over the sand dunes. And I'm like at the golf course here, I'm right by the lake. So like a lot of times when we get real bad summer storms, the lake shore gets missed by the worst of it. That's again, there's a catch 22 because when we get it, we get it. And like you could probably see, like, there's no Widowmakers up here, but I'm in the forest, dog. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the forest out here. So yeah, we get some good ones, but I think we're a lot colder than Indiana too. Like, and I'm in Muskegon basically, so we're a lot colder than it is up there. Thanks, Buddha. The lake swell looks to be part of the same low pressure. Yeah, well, and it's crazy because me and Joe were talking, Dan, and he's gonna get some good shit off of this too. So it's pretty crazy. And I think about this too. This is I'm getting fucking nerdy on you now. But these weather patterns and think about this same shit happening when this fucking place was covered by glaciers, dude. Think about the 200-foot glaciers that are just, and then the same weather patterns coming over it. It's baffling, dude. It's baffling. A beater sweet potato 510. Yeah, and like again, to ride that in like the first or second sandbar, it's gotta be really clean. But I watched a guy learn how to surf on on a 5'8" wave storm out here. Now he doesn't have the skills to make like big turns, and he doesn't know how to manipulate the board. So when he gets a big long open face, he just kind of stands there, which is why learning on a long board is key, because when you learn how to manipulate that board, scaling down is 10 times easier. But um yeah, on the lake, it doesn't matter what board you have. You know, it's if you want to be like me, Ben and Nate were surfing the other day. I was on the 810. Ben was riding a 9.0, and I think Nate was on like a 6.5. And it's just we're just in different spots. Obviously, the guy with the shorter board is going to be he's going to be more inside, but he's still going to be between the first and second sandbar with us. He's just got to get the whitewater shoulder and get into the wave that way. He's also not going to make the same amount of sections because he's going 10 times slower. The problem with the long boards, and again, pretty much all of the waves on the lakes are longboard waves. When you juxtapose them to ocean waves, they're mushy. They don't have a very steep entry, even at Uncle Billy Bay, and they're small, basically. So you could ride a 9.0 everywhere. There's this dude Ethan. He's a great longboarder, but him and Stoke Machine and a couple other longboarders, they ride their longboards, and I'm saying like 9-10 foot boards that aren't shaped like the 810, that aren't made like kind of a little bit more like a short board, like a performance longboard. These are logs, and they're surfing their logs on the inside. Hey, what's up, dude? Muskegon has a great live music place, but it's crazy. If you just stick along the lakeshore, um, every town has its own little scene, and a lot of these towns, every town on the lake has an inland lake that's connected to Lake Michigan. So whether if they don't have a spot right on Lake Michigan, there'll be something around like the inland lake, either Lake Macatawa in Holland, or in Grand Haven, it's the Grand River. It's kind of dirty and smelly, but it's on the water regardless. There's a couple places there. So man, I tell you what, like in the summertime, West Michigan, as long as you're north of, I would say, and I don't want to shit on anybody here, but north of Grand Haven, Muskegon and north, you get away from the people, and it's cleaner water. It's a little bit more free as far as like burning a little reefer or letting your dog out on the beach without a leash, just a little bit more chill. However, there's a lot of beach towns. There's a lot of awesome beach towns, and a lot of good places for live music, just because, like, dude, it's crazy. You drive 30 minutes inland, like towards Grand Rapids, and the humanity changes. It's not even the same kind of people. I don't even really like going to Holland because it's too big of a town on the lake. It's just everybody's doing crazy shit, acting stupid, looking at you weird. And I mean, I look weird enough with this van and my face. Like, I don't need any help. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's a very slippery slope when you want to look for like a chill spot. But man, I don't know. I forgot where you were from, Tube Rider. Remind me. But this is a cool area. Well, West Michigan is a really cool area. Yeah, it's awesome. There's tons of places for live music. Yeah, dude. Kev, that 8.6 Walden is similar to my 8.10, but I feel like that is more. Can you see the 8.10? You can kind of see it. His Walden has a much more rounded nose. It's 4 inches shorter, so it's going to be easier to manipulate. I can't remember the fin setup, though. I don't remember if it was just a straight up single fin, or if it was. Yeah, you rode the 8, that country surfboard. But on the lake, I feel like I don't feel like length is the key, but I do feel like width is a key for somebody who's like athletic. I thought it was a 2+1. Yeah. For someone who is athletic and who wants to learn how to surf, like wants to learn how to surf, not just catch a little bit of white water once or twice while you're at the beach on a windy day. Um, Width is so much more important. You know, if you're somebody who just it wants to surf and it's not that big of a thing, and you don't necessarily want to, scare yourself every time you go out, and it's not um you aren't trying to do what I'm trying to do, which is a thing. Like, it's just whatever it is. Some people just like to surf the first sandbar type things, which is it's you're surfing. It's all the same shit. But that's when, like, the big foamy, or like, I've even seen people get, paddle boards, and they'll surf their paddle board sometime. And but yeah, I think people will go, especially beginners, will just blanket search surf info, and they'll see, all of this information and shit from guys surfing in the ocean, and it's just not the same out here. Like, we use the same stuff, but other than that, surfing on the lake and surfing in the ocean is completely different. With the exception of Lake Superior, um, we deal with short period wind swells. Lake Superior, you can get waves from fucking hundreds of miles away, from a storm yesterday. And I'm talking like 3-foot running waves that I drive to Uncle Billy Bay for every day and get super stoked. If you know where to go on Lake Superior and you have the time, you could find that shit a lot. And so it's a little different up there, but it's just, man, you got to be so weird. That's kind of why I wanted to do this today, and it's also kind of why I feel like my channel is so fucking cool, and just lake surfing in general. Oh, dude, I wish I would have. The Shred Bros, Ben and Nate, they just sent me a video of they film sometimes when I'm out, and we like swap clips. If you guys are still in here, drop your channel name so everybody in here can go check you out. I haven't even watched the video yet because they sent me the link right before I was gonna go on. But the Shred Bros got a channel too, and like that is why I think what we're doing out here, and not just us on Lake Michigan, everybody around or whatever the fuck they're doing, but I think that we're the coolest. We don't get giant waves, and we're not going to get towed into anything or nothing like that. However, we got to do a lot of freaking work to figure out where we're going, when we're going, why we're going there. And I mean, just like that last little meetup I had with the Jarretts, I just called them out of nowhere and asked if they were going to Cleveland, and they were. And we met up in freaking Cleveland, and they're from the east side of Michigan, and I'm from the west side of Michigan. It's not like people from San Diego. I don't even know a town way north in California, but just insert one of those. Very rarely do those people link up. And I get it. You got a ton of different waves up and down the coast whenever it is, but it just goes to show you that what we're doing is a little bit different. And I feel like it's way fucking cooler. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, dude. Yeah, and I don't know how many people that are in this chat right now. I don't know how many people are YouTubers, but I would also like my fucking channel here to be a hub of people who, like, because I know how it is. I bust my fucking ass making videos and shit for really, well, we all know why. You can't explain it, and it's almost kind of silly. But like, if you guys want to, like, put a comment on a video of mine you watch and just say, hey, like, if anybody isn't subscribed to my channel or whatever, like, I'm you know, like if you're down with the chill adventures, there's like I'm part of this WhatsApp group and most of us make YouTube videos. So like we're all about it and a lot of us do lives and shit. So again, drop your channel if you have one. If you don't want to, that's cool too. I know Two Brider's got a channel. Obviously the Jarretts and Cockney Buddha and Van Life Wanda and I think Ben and Nate might have left, but they got one. Dan Cobb does not have one, I don't think. But Dan Cobb is the fucking man. But yeah, dude, I hope you guys go surfing tomorrow in some way, shape, or form. And if you don't, I'll have a video out tomorrow. No, fuck, I won't. The 19th and the 20th, I got a couple good ones out. I have my very last one. My plan is to put all of my content in 2023. Yeah, Dan could definitely do one. Between coffee roasting and being an epic father. Dan's family, just like he just film his family all day, dude. I'd watch that shit. But fuck, what was I talking about? Man. Well, fuck, I don't remember. At any rate, yeah, I hope you guys go surfing and drop your channel links in my videos. Oh yeah, the end of the year vid. Thanks, bro. And yeah, dudes, this is what I'm talking about. Y'all are my friends. So I have a video coming out the 19th and the 20th. And then I'll put this one I just edited out maybe around Christmas. This van hit 300,000 miles about a month ago, and I've been sitting on that video. I think that one might be Christmas. This little soiree that starts tomorrow, ooh, well, dude, you have to do that because you are a provider, just like Dan is. And you guys wouldn't have epic families if you didn't sit in those fucking office chairs. I am alone, so I don't need to do that. But yeah, dude, so I got this little tomorrow and Tuesday hopefully will be the year-end videos. And I doubt it's going to be better. I don't think I'm going to be able to put the cap on the year better than tomorrow and Tuesday. So, if anybody watching this or between now and then or now and Tuesday, I most likely will be in Muskegon at Pier Marquette tomorrow by 10 a.m. On Tuesday, I could be in South Haven, which is Uncle Billy Bay, Wu-Tang Beach, which is Wico Beach. And I think that's probably it. If I end up anywhere else on Tuesday, it'll be deep into Indiana. And like there's a possibility I might end up at Whiting or near the Horseshoe Casino. I don't know. I really don't know. What I do know is tomorrow is going to be epic, and I'm like almost 99% sure, 99.8% sure I will be in Muskegon tomorrow at Pier Marquette because that's just what I think. And very rarely do I get skunked. Michigan City, yeah. So I don't know how long you've been in there, but Michigan City has some really good readings, but I think it's so far south that the north wind stops being side shore and it kind of becomes onshore. However, Michigan City has one of the biggest piers on the lake, and there's a place called Mount Baldy right by Michigan City. Tomorrow that spot could go off and be pretty epic. Tuesday it could be like real bombs. There's a possibility I might end up there as well, but it's really just depending on how this holds together, because it might not hit double digit periods, and I'll have to go to South Haven tomorrow. So I mean, it's only just started misting now, and the storm was coming from like the southwest, so it needed to get pushed from the west wind all the way up here, and yeah, just took a long time. So hopefully Hopefully the wind will start blowing out of the north sooner than later. And we can get on with our bad selves. But I think it's almost an hour. That was pretty good. Does anybody else have any questions for old Chill? I have an Instagram and a Facebook too if anybody wants to message me. I would prefer that you No, Bear Hill is just the other side of Muskegon. I changed that from the other side to Bear Hill because I thought it was fitting. Because now Barrelton is the south side and Bear Hill, I didn't do that on purpose, but it is now. But yeah, I got Banana Hammock Bay. We got Hot Dog City, Pancake Town. Oh boy. Yeah. I guess that's the funny ones. Anyways, man, I think I'm gonna take off. You guys have anything else for me? It's Sunday. I don't have to go to work tomorrow. So if you guys need some motivation, let me know. Let me know now. Bird queef, that's a funny one. A swell live. Oh. Whoa. Whoa. Tori's a comedian. And she didn't even know it. All right, guys. Hey, thank all 9 of you who are here right now. I don't know if it's the same 9. It would be awesome if it wasn't the same 9, but it would still be cool if it was. Because 9 viewers and 9 likes. Hey, what's up? I don't know who you are. Dylan, what's up, dude? Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you. If you're in Michigan and you surf and you want to come surfing sometime, hit me up on my Instagram or any of the social medias. I have a TikTok now as well. Hasn't helped me at all. I digress. All right, y'all. Thank you very much. Please go surfing tomorrow if you can. If you can't, go on Tuesday. And if you can't, then go on the weekend. And give me a call. Let's go! Yeah, dude, St. Joe. Let's go, St. Joe!